Hello friends, in this presentation I'm going to show you that how you can create an user in ASP.NET. What I have done over here initial is when you will create a new project, suppose you go to file, you go to new project, from here you will choose Visual C Sharp and then you will choose web and ASP.NET, give a default location and the application name and the project will get started. You will find a blank new project. Now first of all you have to create the database. So what would you do is that you come to the solution explorer, you will find a folder called app underscore data. You will simply right click on the top of this particular folder app underscore data. You will get the option called add and you come to the option called new item. The moment you click the new item, over here inside the data option you will get the SQL server database. You give a name over here. Since I already have a database, so it's giving the name as database 2 and then you will click the add button. So once you have done that, if you click this option you will find that the database will come over here. Now you have to open to the server explorer. You might get this option from the view menu, view server explorer. Once you do that, you will expand this particular database name, and inside the database name you will get the option called table. You will right click on this, you will go to add new table and here you can create a new table. What I have done over here, I already have a table over here by the name called user underscore tbl. So let me show you the definition of the table. Open table definition. What I have done is that I have created the first attribute as primary key. How would you do that? Right click on the attribute name. Since I have added a primary key, you will find over here set primary key option. Since it's already there, that's the reason remove primary key is there. Now what I want is that this particular value will be added automatically. That means user will not provide any input for this particular attribute. How do you do that? You scroll up the property menu, scroll down, you will find the option called identity specification. If you click over here, if you click the expand button, you will find over here identity increment. See over here, by default there will be option called yes and no. I will choose the yes option. Automatically identity increment will be 1 and identity seed will be 1. That means initially it will start with 1 and every new record you are adding it will become 1 plus 1 and it will make the value 2. So that's what the attribute means. And I have added two attribute called email and password. That's all I have done in regard to my table. Now let's come to the design window. I have added couple of label over here and I have taken to text box. I have given the name of the respective text box. Let me show you the first text box name is called txt underscore email. The second text box name is called txt underscore password. I have a button over here and I have a label over here which will show me the name of the label is label underscore caption, which will show me the data. By default it is visible is equals to true. That means if I run this particular page it will show me the option label over here, which doesn't look good actually. So what I will do is that I will make the label invisible so that the time when the output will be shown, at that point of time only I will generate the I will activate the visibility of this label. Okay, now let's come to the code window now. So I will double click on this particular button. As I do that, I come to the code window. The very first thing what you have to do is that you have to add these two namespace. That's the most important thing which you have to keep it in mind. Otherwise you will not get the class called SQL connection and SQL command. These options you will not get. So after you have done that, now you are going to initialize your variable. So what I am doing is that I am creating a reference variable by the name called con and then I am initializing the con. I am initializing the con over here. So when I am doing this, see I have by default I have, okay, let me write it like this way only, that will be good enough. So I have declared a variable over here by the name called con, which is of type SQL connection, and this is my parameter for the constructor. Since I am using the database of type SQL server, so it should be SQL Express, and the database which I have kept inside the data directory, my app underscore data is actually known as data directory. So inside that I have kept it and the name of the database is called database 1. You have to give two security option. One is integrated security equals to true and user instance equals to true. These four arguments you have to pass. Again I am repeating, the name of the server, the name of the database along with where you have kept user instance and integrated security, both will be true. Okay. Now you are associating the code in regard to the button. So you will add the code inside the button. The very first thing what I am doing is that I am opening the connection so that I can add data over here. But before I add the data, I want to check whether any data exists or not. So for that reason I am using the command called SQL command. SQL command is used to retrieve the data. So over here select operation is already been done. So before the insertion of a new record, I am checking that inside my table called user underscore, the table name is user underscore tbl and the attribute name is called email. Do I have an existing value of what user has given in the text box? So this is the text box which is named as txt underscore email. So what I want to check is that did the user has provided any value already? So in that case, if the value is already there, then this particular SQL command will be fired. The data will be extracted from the table and it will be stored in the memory through the help of SQL adapter and data table. These are the two reference variables which you have to use it. And then after that, it will be filling up the data. These are some standard commands. And I have already written over here a label. I will now make the visibility of the label as true. Initially it will be false, which I have done over here. So you come to the property, you will find the visibility is actually false. So I will now activate the visibility and I will show the message called data exists and I will close the connection. But just imagine if no record has been extracted from here, so naturally this thing will not be executed. So because if I come over here and I will count if from the data table, that is the number of row that is returned after the SQL command, is it 0? If it is 0, then obviously data is not available. So I will again activate the connection because I've already closed the connection. I will activate the connection. I will write again a new SQL command. This time I'm writing cmd1 and this time I'm performing my insert query. So insert into the name of the table over here is the name of the table is user underscore tbl and the respective attribute are email id and pwd. I already said that the id is auto increment, so I will not provide any value for that. I will take the text box name and I will convert it to uppercase and I will take the text password. I'm converting it to, I don't need to convert this to uppercase, it's my choice. I can keep it or I may not keep it. After I've written the SQL command, now I have to fire the SQL command with the execute non-query function. It is going to return me one value and I will close my database connectivity and I will check that whether the value return is greater than 0 or not. If it is greater than 0, that means successful data has been added in the database. I will switch on the visibility of the label as true. I will display the message successfully added and then I will clear the component respective to component where the user was giving the value. And I also have another page over here by the name called user underscore detail. I will switch over to that particular page. So let me run the application right now. So I go to the view browser and here the option is, so let me create an option called Raj. Okay, and this is my username or this is an email, whatever you say. I'm not implementing validation over here. You can implement validation. Suppose I'm giving the password as abc123 and I'm clicking the add button. So that my data is get added and I'm redirected to the page called user underscore details. You can see that. Okay, so let me run this page once more time and this time I will be providing the same value which the user has already given. I have given Raj and I have given the password abc123 and if I click the button it will say data exists. So it shows that the data has been added successfully, but still you can right click on the database, you can go to show table data and let me refresh the page once because I have added the new record over here. So I need to refresh it, otherwise it will not show. Yeah, it got added over here, right? See, this was the new record which I have added. Okay, previously there were a couple of record was there and you can see that the attribute ID is getting automatically implemented. So that's all for this insert query. This much will be enough. Thank you so much.